Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Leviticus 23 to 27, Numbers 1 and 2, Proverbs 2, and Psalm 129. Let's get started. The Lord spake to Moses, saying, Speak to the people of Israel and say to them, Here's are the appointed feasts of the Lord that ye shall proclaim as holy convocations. They are my appointed feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day is the Sabbath of solemn rest, a holy convocation. Ye shall do no work. It is a Sabbath to the Lord in all your dwelling places. These are the appointed feasts of the Lord, the holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim at the time of holiness for them. In the first month, the 14th day of the month at twilight, is the Lord's Passover, and on the 15th day of the month, of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread. To the 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. Unleavened bread. On the first day you shall have a holy convocation, and you shall not do any ordinary work. You shall present a food offering to the Lord for 7 days. On the Sabbath day is a holy convocation. You shall not do any ordinary work. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, Speak to the people of Israel and say to them, when you come into the land that I give you, and reap its harvest, you shall bring the sheaf of the first fruits, and ye harvest to the priest, and you shall wave the sheaf before the Lord, so that you may be accepted. And on the day after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. And on the day when you wave the sheaf, you shall offer the male lamb, a year old, without blemish, as a burnt offering to the Lord. And the grain offering with it shall be 2/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil, a food offering to the Lord with a pleasing aroma. And the drink offering with it shall be your wine, 1/4 of a hin. And ye shall eat neither bread nor grain, parched or fresh, until the same day, until ye have brought the offering of your God. It is statute forever throughout your generations. In all your dwellings ye shall count 7 full weeks, and 7 full weeks from the day after the Sabbath. On the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, you shall count 50 days to the day after the 7th Sabbath, and you shall present a grain offering of new grain to the Lord. You shall bring from your dwelling places 2 loaves of bread to be waved, made of 2/10 of an ephah. They shall be of fine flour, and they shall be baked with leaven, as first fruits to the Lord. And you shall present with the bread 7 lambs a year old without blemish, and 1 bull from the herd, and 2 rams. It shall be a burnt offering to the Lord, with a grain offering and a drink offering, a food offering with a pleasing aroma to the Lord. You shall offer 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 male lambs a year old as a sacrifice for peace offerings. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits as a wave offering before the Lord, with the 2 lambs. They shall be holy to the Lord for the priest, and he shall make a proclamation on the same day. You shall hold a holy convocation, and you shall not do any ordinary work. It is a statute forever in all your dwelling places throughout your generations. And when you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not reap your field right up to its edge, nor shall you gather the gleanings after your harvest. You shall leave them for the poor, and for the sojourner, and the Lord your God. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, Speak to the people of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, on the 1st day of the month, you shall observe a day of solemn rest, a memorial proclaimed with a blast of trumpets. With blasted trumpets, a holy convocation. You shall not do any ordinary work, and you shall present a food offering to the Lord. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, Now on the 10th day of the 7th month is the day of atonement. It shall be for you a time of holy convocation, and you shall afflict yourselves, and present a food offering to the Lord. And you shall not do any work on that very day. It is a day of atonement, to make atonement for you before the Lord your God. For whoever is not afflicted on that very day shall be cut off from his people. And whoever does any work on that day, and pass it out, destroy from among his people. You shall not do any work. It is a statute forever throughout your generation. In all your dwelling places, it shall be to you the Sabbath of solemn rest, and you shall afflict yourself. On the 9th day of the month, beginning at evening, from evening to evening, shall you keep your Sabbath. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, Speak to the people of Israel, saying, On the 15th day of the 7th month, after 7 days, is the feast of booths. So the first day shall be a holy convocation. You shall not do any ordinary work. The 7 days you shall present food offerings to the Lord. On the 8th day you shall hold a holy convocation and present a food offering to the Lord. These are solemn assembly, and you shall not do any ordinary work. These are the appointed feasts of the Lord, which you shall proclaim these times of holy convocation, while presenting to the Lord food offerings, burnt offerings, and grain offerings, sacrifices and drink offerings, each on the proper day, besides the Lord's Sabbath, and besides your yoke, and besides all your food offerings, and besides all your free will offerings, which you give to the Lord. On the 15th day of the 7th month, when you have gathered in the produce of the land, you shall celebrate the feast of the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a solemn rest, and on the 7th day shall be a solemn rest, and on the 8th day shall be a solemn rest. And you shall take on the first day of the fruit of thorn trees, branches of palm trees, and boughs of leafy trees, and willows of the brook. And you shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. You shall celebrate it as a feast to the Lord for 7 days, and it is statute forever and throughout your generations. You shall celebrate it in the 7th month. You shall dwell in booths for 7 days. All native Israelites shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the people of Israel dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. And the Lord your God, last Moses declared to the people of Israel the appointed feast of the Lord. The Lord said to Moses, command the people of Israel to bring me pure oil from being bowls, from that a light may be kept burning regularly. The sight of veil of the testimony of the ceremony, wherein shall arrange it from evening to morning before the Lord regularly. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations. He shall arrange the lamps on the lampstand of pure gold before the Lord regularly. You shall take fine flour and make 12 loaves from it. 2/10 of an ephah shall be in each loaf, and you shall set them in 2 piles, 6 in a pile, on the table of pure gold before the Lord. And you shall put pure frankincense on each pile, that it may go with the bread and the memorial portion as a food offering to the Lord. Every Sabbath day Aaron shall raise it before the Lord regularly. It is from the people of Israel as a covenant forever. It shall be for Aaron and his sons, and they shall eat it in the holy place, since it is for him, a most holy portion of the Lord's food offering. A perpetual duty. Now an Israelite woman's son, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the people of Israel. And the Israelite woman's son and men of Israel fought in the cave. And the Israelite woman's son blasphemed the me and the cursed. And they brought him to Moses. His mother's name was Shelomoth, the daughter of Jibri, of the tribe of Dan. And they put him in custody until the will of the Lord should be clear to him. And the Lord said to Moses, bring out of the camp the one who was cursed, and let all who heard lay their hands on his head. Let all the congregation stone him, and speak to the people of Israel, saying, whoever curses in his God shall bear his sin. Whoever blasphemes the name of the Lord shall surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him, and sojourn his walls of nature, when he blasphemes his name, the name shall be put to death. Whoever takes a human life shall surely be put to death. Whoever takes an animal's life shall make it good, and a life for life. If anyone injures his name, and as he is done, it shall be done to fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Whatever injury he has given the person shall be given to him. Whoever kills an animal shall make it good, and whoever kills a person shall be put to death. You shall have the same rule for a sojourner and for the native, for I am the Lord your God. So Moses spoke to the people of Israel, and they brought out of the camp the one who had cursed, and stoned him with stones. Thus the people of Israel did as the Lord commanded Moses. And the Lord spake to Moses on Mount Sinai, saying, speak to the people of Israel, and say to them, when you come to the land that I give you, the land shall keep a Sabbath to you. And the Lord, for 6 years you shall sow your field, and for 6 years you shall prune your vineyard and gather in its fruits. Then the 7th year there shall be a Sabbath, and a solemn rest for the land. Sabbath to the Lord. You shall not sow your field or prune your vineyard. You shall not reap what grows of itself in your harvest. In your harvest will gather the grapes of your unjust vine. It shall be a year of solemn rest until the land. The Sabbath of the land shall provide food for you, for yourself, and for your man, and for your slaves, and for the hired work, and for the sojourner who lives with you, and for the cattle, and for the wild animals that are in your land. And what's yours shall be for food. And you shall count 7 weeks of years, 7 times 7 years, so that at the time of the trump of the 7 weeks of years, you shall give you 49 years, and you shall sound the loud trump on the 10th day of the 7th month. And on the day of atonement you shall sound the trumpet throughout all your land. You shall consecrate the 50th year, and proclaim liberty throughout the land to all its inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee for you, then each of you shall return to his property, and each of you shall return to his clan. The 50th year shall be a jubilee for you. In it you shall neither sow nor reap what grows in itself, nor gather the grapes from the unjust vines. For it is a jubilee, it shall be holy to you. You may eat the produce of the field. When this year jubilee, each of you shall return to his property. If you make a sale to your neighbor, or buy from your neighbor, you shall not wrong one another. You shall pay your neighbor according to the number of years after the jubilee, and he shall sell to you according to the number of years for crops. If the years are many, you shall increase the price, and if the years are few, you shall reduce the price. This is the number of the crops that he is selling to you. You shall not wrong one another, but you shall fear your God. You shall fear your God, for I am the Lord your God. Therefore you shall do my statutes, and keep my rules, and perform them, and you'll dwell in the land securely. The land will yield its fruit, and you'll eat your fill and dwell in it securely. and the land will yield its fruit. And if you say, what shall we eat in the 7th year, if we may not sow, gather in the crop, I will command my blessing on you in the 6th year, so that it will produce a crop sufficient for 3 years. When you sow in the 8th year, you will be eating some of the old crop. You shall eat the old until the 9th year, when its crop arrives. And the land shall be sold in perpetuity. For the land is mine, for you are strangers and sojourners with me. And in all the country you possess, you shall allow redemption of the land. If your brother becomes poor and sells part of his property, then the nearest redeemer shall come and redeem what his brother has sold. If a man has no one to redeem it, and then himself becomes prosperous, and finds sufficient means to redeem, then let him calculate the years since he sold it, and pay back the balance to the man to whom he sold it, and then return to his property. But if he doesn't have sufficient means to recover, then what shall be sold shall remain in the hand of the buyer until the year of Jubilee. In the Jubilee it shall be released. He shall return to his property. If a man sells a dwelling house in a walled city, he may redeem it within a year of its sale. For a full year he shall have the right of redemption. If it is not redeemed within a full year, then the house in the walled city shall belong in perpetuity to the buyer. Throughout his generations he shall not be released in the Jubilee. But the houses of the villages that have no wall around shall be classified with the fields of the land. It may be redeemed, that they shall be redeemed in the Jubilee. Released in the Jubilee. As for the cities of the Levites, the Levites may redeem at any time the houses in the cities they possess. And if one of the Levites may redeem at any time the houses in the cities they possess, and if one of the Levites exercises his right of redemption, then the house that was sold in the city they possess shall be released in the Jubilee. For the houses in the cities of the Levites are their possession. The people of Israel, but the fields of pasture that belong to their cities may not be sold. Therefore, that is their possession forever. If your brother becomes poor and cannot maintain himself with, he shall support him as though he were a stranger, and a sojourner, and he shall live with you. Take no interest from him or profit, but fear God, that your brother may live beside you. You shall not lend him your money at interest, nor give him your food for profit. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to give you the land of Canaan, and to be your God. If your brother becomes poor beside you and sells himself to you, you shall not make him serve as a slave. He shall be with you as a hire worker and as a sojourner. He shall serve with you until the year of the Jubilee. He shall go after you, he and his children with him, and go back to his own clan and return to the possession of his fathers. They are my sons, whom I brought out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as slaves, and you shall not rule over them ruthlessly, but shall fear your God. As for your male and female slaves whom you may have, you may buy male and female slaves from among the nations that are around you. You may also buy from among the strangers who sojourn with you, and their clans that are with you, who will be born in your land, that they may be your property. You may bequeath them to your sons after you, to inherit as a possession forever. You may make slaves of them, but over your brothers and people with you shall not rule one over another ruthlessly. If a stranger or a sojourner with you becomes rich, and your brother beside him becomes poor and sells himself to a stranger or sojourner with you, or to a member of the stranger's clan, and after he is sold, he may be redeemed. One of his brothers may redeem him, or his uncle or his cousin may redeem him, or a close relative from his clan may redeem him. Or if he grows rich, he may redeem himself. He shall calculate with his buyer from the year when he sold himself to him until the year of Jubilee, and the price of his sale shall vary with the number of years. The time he was with his owner shall be rated as the time of a hire worker. If there are still many years left, he shall pay proportionately for his redemption sum of his sale price. If there remain but a few years until the year of Jubilee, he shall calculate and pay for his redemption in proportion to his years of service. You shall treat him as a worker hired year by year. You shall not rule ruthlessly over him in your sight. And if he is not redeemed by these means, then he and his children with him shall be released in the year of Jubilee. Whereas to me that the people of Israel serves. You are my servants whom I brought out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. You shall not make idols for yourselves or erect an image or a pillar. And you shall not set up a figured stone in your land to bow down to it. For I am the Lord your God. You shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. If you walk in my statutes and observe my commandments and do, then I'll give you your rains in their season, and the land shall yield its increase, and the trees in the field shall yield their fruit. Your threshing shall last to the time of the great harvest. grape harvest. The grape harvest shall last to the time for summer. You shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell your land securely. I will give peace in the land, it shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid. I will remove harmful beasts from the land, and sword shall not go through the land. And the sword shall not go through your land. You shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. After you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall chase 10,000, and your enemy shall fall before you by the sword. I will turn to you and make you fruitful and multiply you, and will confirm my covenant with you. You shall eat on store long kept, and you shall clear out the old to make way for the new. I will make my dwelling among you, and my soul will not abhor you. And I will walk among you, and will be your God. You shall be my people. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, that you should not be their slaves. And I have broken the bars of your yoke, and made you walk erect. But if you will not listen to me, and will not do all these commands, if you spurn my statutes, and if your soul abhors my rules, so that you will not do all my commands, but break my covenant, then I will do this to you. I will visit you with panic, but with wasting disease and fever that consumes the eyes and makes the heart ache. And you shall sow your seed in vain, when your enemy shall eat it, and I will set my face against you, and you shall be struck down before your enemies. Those who hate you shall rule over you, and you shall flee when none pursues you. And if in spite of this, you will not listen to me, and I will discipline you against sevenfold for your sins, and I will break the pride of your power, and I will make your heavens like iron, and your earth like bronze. And your strength shall be spent in vain, for the land shall not yield its increase, and the trees of the land shall not yield their fruit. Then if you walk contrary to me and will not listen to me, I will continue striking you sevenfold for your sins, and I will let loose the wild beasts against you, and which shall bereave you of your children, and destroy your livestock, and make you few in number, so that your roads may be deserted. And if by this discipline you will not turn to me, but walk contrary to me, and I also will walk contrary to you. And I myself will strike you sevenfold for your sins, and I will bring a sword upon you, and that shall execute vengeance for the covenant. And if you gather within your city, I will send pestilence among you, and you shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy. When they break on your supply of bread, and 10 women shall take your bread and bake your bread in single omelet, and shall draw out your bread again by weight, and you shall eat and not be satisfied. But in spite of this, you will not listen to me, but walk contrary to me. And I will walk contrary to you in fury, and I myself will discipline you sevenfold for your sin. You shall eat the flesh of your sons, and you shall eat the flesh of your daughters. And I will destroy your high place and cut down your incense altars, and cast your dead bodies upon the dead bodies of your idols, and my soul will abhor you. And I will lay your cities waste, and will make your sanctuaries desolate, and I will not smell your pleasing aromas. I myself will devastate the land, so that your enemies who sow in it will be appalled at it. I will scatter you among the nations, and I will unshut the sword after you. And your land shall be a desolation, and your cities shall be a waste, and the land shall enjoy its Sabbath as long as it lies desolate, while you are in your enemy's land. And the land shall rest and enjoy its Sabbath, as long as it lies desolate, it shall have rest, and the land rest that it did not have on your south, when you are dwelling in it. And as for those of you who are left, I will send faintness into their hearts, in the lands of their enemies. The sound of a German leaf shall put them to flight, and they shall flee as one flees from the sword, and they shall fall when none pursues. You shall stumble over one another, as if to escape a sword, though none pursues, and you shall have no power to stand before your enemies, and you shall perish among the nations, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up, and those of you who are left shall rot away in your enemies' land, because of their iniquity, and also because of the iniquities of their fathers they shall rot away like them, if they confess their iniquity, and the iniquity of their fathers, and the treachery that they committed against me, and also in walking contrary to me, so that I walked contrary to them, and brought them into the land of their enemies. Yet then their uncircumcised heart is humble, and they make amends for their iniquity. Then I will remember my covenant with Jacob, and I will remember my covenant with Isaac, and my covenant with Abraham, and I will remember the land. And the land shall be abandoned by them, and enjoy its Sabbath. Our lives desolate without them. They shall make amends for their iniquity, because they spurn my rules, and their soul abhor my statutes. Yet for all that, when they are in the land of their enemies, I will spurn them, neither will I abhor them, so as to destroy them utterly, and break my covenant with them. For I am the Lord their God. For their sake, remember the covenant with their forefathers whom I brought out of the land of Egypt, in the sight of the nations, that I might be their God. And the Lord, these are the statutes and rules that the Lord made between himself and the people of Israel through Moses on Mount Sinai. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the people of Israel and say to them, may not make a special vow to the Lord involving the valuation of persons, and the valuation of a male from 20 years old up to 60 years old shall be 50 shekels of silver, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. If the person is a female, the valuation shall be 30 shekels. If the person is from 5 years old up to 20 years old, the valuation shall be for a male 20 shekels, and for a female 10 shekels. If the person is from a month old up to 5 years old, the valuation shall be for a male 5 shekels of silver, and for a female the valuation shall be 3 shekels of silver. If the person is 60 years old or over, then the valuation for a male shall be 15 shekels, and for a female 10 shekels. If someone is too poor to pay the valuation, then he shall be made to stand before the priest, and the priest shall value him, and he shall value him according to what the vow can afford. If the vow is an animal, that may be offered as an offering to the Lord, and all of it that he gives to the Lord is holy. He shall not exchange it or make a substitute for good for bad, or bad for good. And if he does in fact substitute one animal for another, then both it and the substitute shall be holy. And if it is any unclean animal that may not be offered as an offering to the Lord, they shall stand the animal before the priest, and the priest shall value it as either good or bad. As the priest values it, so shall it be. And if he wishes to redeem it, he shall add a fifth to the valuation. When a man dedicates his house as a holy gift to the Lord, the priest shall value it as either good or bad. As the priest values it, so it shall stand. And if the donor wishes to redeem his house, he shall add a fifth to the valuation price, and it shall be his. If a man dedicates to the Lord part of the land that is in his possession, then the valuation shall be in proportion to its seed. A homer of barley seed shall be valued at 50 shekels of silver. And if he dedicates his field from the year of Jubilee, then the valuation shall stand. If he dedicates his field after the Jubilee, then the priest shall calculate the price according to the years that remain until the year of Jubilee, and a deduction shall be made from the valuation. If he dedicates the field wishes to redeem it, then he shall add a fifth to its valuation price, and it shall remain his. If he does not wish to redeem the field, or if he has sold the field to another man, it shall not be redeemed any more. But the field, when it is released in the Jubilee, shall be a holy gift to the Lord, like a field that has been devoted, that he shall be in possession of it. And if he dedicates to the Lord a field that he has bought, which is not a part of his possession, then the priest shall calculate the amount of the valuation for it up to the year of Jubilee. And the man shall give the valuation on that day as a holy gift to the Lord. In the year of Jubilee, the field shall return to from whom it was bought, to whom the land belongs as a possession. Every valuation shall be according to the shekel of the sanctuary. 20 gerahs shall make a shekel, and the firstborn of animals, which is the firstborn, belongs to the Lord. No man may dedicate, whether ox or sheep, it is the Lord's, and if it is an unclean animal, then he shall buy it back as the valuation, and add a fifth to it, or if it is not ready, it shall be sold at the valuation. And no devoted thing that a man devotes to the Lord, or of anything that he has, whether man or beast or of his inherited field, shall be sold or redeemed. Every devoted thing is most holy to the Lord. No one devoted who is devoted for destruction from mankind shall be ransomed, and he shall surely be put to death. Every tithe of the land, whether of the seed or of the land, or of the fruit of the tree, it is the Lord, it is holy to the Lord. And the man wishes to redeem from his tithe, he shall add a fifth to it, and every tithe of herds and flocks, every 10th animal that pass under the herds and stuff, it shall be holy to the Lord. Man shall not differentiate between good or bad, and he shall make a substitute for it. And if he does not substitute for it, then both he and the substitute shall be holy. He shall not be redeemed. These are the commandments that the Lord commanded Moses for the people of Israel on Mount Sinai. Numbers 1 and 2. The Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the tent meeting on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they had come out of the land of Egypt, saying, take a census of all the congregation of the people of Israel by clan, their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, every male head by head, from 20 years old and upward, and all Israel who are able to go to war. And you and Aaron shall list them company by company. And there shall be with you a man from each tribe, each man being the head of the house of his fathers. And these are the names of the men who shall assist you. From Reuben, Eliezer the son of Shedor; from Simeon, Shalumiel the son of Zurishaddai; from Judah, Nashon the son of Amminadab; from Isaacar, Nethanel the son of Zul; from Zebulun, Eliam the son of Helen; from Isaacar, from From the sons of Joseph, from Ephraim, Elishama the son of Ammihud, and from Manasseh, Gamaliel the son of Pedazah, from Benjamin, Abidan the son of Gideon, from Dan, Ahijah the son of Amishai, from Asher, Pagiel the son of Ochran, from Gad, Eliasaph the son of Deuel, from Naphtali, Ahira the son of Enan. These were the ones chosen from the congregation, and chiefs of their ancestral tribe, the heads of their clans of Israel. Moses and Aaron took these men who had been named, and on the first day of the second month they assembled the whole congregation together. They registered themselves by clans, and the father's houses according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, head by head. As the Lord commanded Moses, so they listened to them in the wilderness of Sinai. The people of Reuben, Israel's household, their generations, were their clans by their father's houses, according to the number of names, head by head, male and female. Every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were able to go to war. Those listed of the tribe of Reuben were 46,500. Of the people of Simeon, their generations by their clans, by their fathers' houses, of them who were listed, according to the number of names, head by head, every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were able to go to war. Those listed of the tribe of Simeon were 59,300. Of the tribe people of God, their generations by their clans, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, all who were able to go to war. Those listed of the tribe of Gad were 45,600. Of the people of Judah, their generations by their clans, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, every man able to go to war. Those listed of the tribe of Judah were 74,600. Of the people of Isaac, their generations by their clans, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, those 20 years old and upward, every man able to go to war. Those listed of the tribe of Isaac were 54,400. Of the people of Zebulun, their generations by their clans, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, every man able to go to war. Those listed of the tribe of Zebulun were 57,400. The people of Joseph, namely of the people of Ephraim, their generations by their clans, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, every man able to go to war. Those listed of the tribe of Ephraim were 40,500. And the people of Manasseh, their generations by their clans, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, every man able to go to war. Those listed of the tribe of Manasseh were 32,200. Of the people of Benjamin, their generations by their clans, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, every man able to go to war. Those listed of the tribe of Benjamin were 35,400. The people of Dan, their generations by their clans, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, every man able to go to war. Those listed of the tribe of Dan was 62,700. Of the people of Asher, their generations by their clans, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years on and upward, every man able to go to war. Those listed of the tribe of Asher were 41,500. Of the people of Naphtali, their generations by their clans, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, every man able to go to war. Those listed of the tribe of Naphtali were 53,400. These are those who are listed, who Moses and Aaron listed with the help of the chiefs of Israel, 12 men, each representing his father's house. So all those listed of the people of Israel and their father's houses from 20 years old and upward, every man able to go to war in Israel. All those listed were 603,550. And the Levites were not listed among them by their ancestral tribe. For the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, not only the tribe of Levi you shall not list, and you shall not take a census of them among the people of Israel, but appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of the testimony, and over all its furnishings, and over all that belong. They are to carry the tabernacle and all its furnishings. And ye shall take care of it, and shall camp around the tabernacle. When the tabernacle is to set out, then the Levites shall take it down, and when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set out. And if any outsider comes near, he shall be put to death. The people of Israel shall pitch their tents by their companies, each man in his own camp, and each man by his own stand. And the Levites shall camp around the tabernacle of the testimony, so that there may be no mirth in the congregation of the people of Israel. And the Levites shall keep guard over the tabernacle of the testimony. Thus did the people of Israel. They did according to the law that the Lord commanded Moses. And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, and the people of Israel shall camp each by his own standard, with the banners on their fathers' houses. They shall camp facing the tent of meeting on every side. Those to camp on the east side toward the sunrise. There shall be a stand in the camp of Judah by their companies. The chief of the people of Judah being Nashon the son of Aminadab. His company as listed being 74,600. Those to camp next to him shall be the tribe of Isaac. The chief of the people of Isaac being being Nathanael, the son of Zuar. His company is listed being 54,400. And the tribe of Zebulun, the chief of the people of Zebulun, being Eliab, the son of Helon. His company is listed being 57,400. Others listed along the camp of Judah, and their companies were 186,400. These shall set out first on the march. On the south side shall be the standard of the camp of Reuben by their companies. The chief of the people of Reuben being Eliezer, the son of Shedor. His company is listed being 46,500. And those camp next to him shall be the tribe of Simeon. The chief of the Hebrew of Simeon being Shelupiel, the son of Zerishah. His company is listed being 59,300. And the tribe of Gad, the chief of the people of Gad, being Eliasaph, the son of Ruel. His company is listed being 45,600. All those listed of the camp of Reuben by the companies were 151,450. He shall set out second. Then the 10 of Media shall set out, and the camp of the Levites in the midst of their camps, as they camp. So shall they set out, each in position, standing by standing. On the west side shall be the standard of the camp of Rephaim, by their companies. By the companies, the chief of the Hebrew of Rephaim being Elisha, the son of Ammihud. His company is listed being 40,500. And next to him shall be the tribe of Manasseh. The chief of the people of Manasseh being Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur. His company is listed being 32,200. And the tribe of Benjamin is the chief of the people of Benjamin being Abidan, the son of Gideoni. His company is listed being 35,400. And those listed of the camp of Ephraim by the companies were 108,100. And he shall set out third on the march. The north side shall be the standard of the camp of Dan by the companies. The chief of the people of Dan being Heza, the son of Ammishaddai. His company is listed being 62,700. And those came next to him shall be the tribe of Asher. The chief of the people of Asher being Pagiel, the son of Okran. His company is listed being 41,500. And the tribe of Naphtali, the chief of the people of being a hero. Chief of the people of Naphtali being a hero, the son of Anan. His company being listed as 53,400. While this list of the camp of Dan were 157,600. These are not lost, standing by stand. These are the people that by their father's house. And all those listed in the camps by the companies were 603,550. While the Levites were not listed among the people of Israel. As the Lord commanded us, he did this to the people of Israel. They thus did the people of Israel, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So they camped by the streets. So they stood out, each one in his clan, according to his father's house. Proverbs 2. My son, if you receive my words and treasure my commandments with you, making your ear attentive to wisdom and inclining your heart to understand. Yes, if you call off the inside and raise your voice for understanding, if you seek like so and search for it for hidden treasure, and you will understand fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He stores up sound wisdom for the outward, and he is a shield to those who walk in integrity, guiding the paths of justice and watching over the way of his sin. And you will understand righteousness and justice and equity, every good path, for wisdom will come into your heart, and wisdom will be pleasant. And knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will watch over you, understanding will guide you, delivering you from the way of you, from men of perverse speech. You will seek the path of uprightness, and to walk in the way of ease of darkness. You rejoice in doing evil, and delight in the perverseness of evil. And whose paths are crooked, and who are devious in their way. So you will be delivered from the forbidden woman, from the adulterers with a smooth word. Who forsakes the companion of her youth, and forgets the covenant of her God. And for a house stands to death, and a path to the departed. None who go to her come back, nor do they regain the path of life. So you will walk in the way of the good, and keep to the path of the righteous. For the upright will inhabit the land, and those with integrity will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the land, the treacherous will be rooted out of it. Psalm 129. Greatly have they afflicted me from my youth. Let Israel not say, greatly have they afflicted me from my youth, and yet they have not prevailed against me. The claws played upon my back, they made known their fires. The Lord is righteous, he has cut the cords of the wicked. May all who hate Zion be put to shame and turned backward. Let them be like the grass on the housetops, which withers before it grows up, with which the reaper does not fill his hand, nor the binder of sheaves his arms. Nor do those who pass by say, the blessing of the Lord be upon you, we bless you in the name of the Lord. Now the stone as united in the Lord's wrath, his very heads are fallen in heaven. Hallowed be your name, your kingdom come, your be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we also forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.